Another beautiful sunny day in Windhoek, autumn, so it's very chilly in the mornings, but it always warms up. I didn't spend as much time in the garden yesterday as I would have wanted to, but the guys have made some great progress. We've got our fence post in place, worked in some more soil. Still need to get the levels right over here before we can plant our olive trees, but that's part of the goal for today, to get the olive trees in the ground once we've finished with the leveling. The deck is coming on nicely as well. We varnished the pallets yesterday to protect them. Still 3 more to go, cover that gap. And then over here we had that blue stormwater pipe running along this line of the property, and it goes into that gully over there. It's stormwater from the neighboring property, which they've placed on our side of the property. We just wanted to make sure that we protect it so it doesn't get damaged when we use a fork, try to dig a hole. I've run out of time. I've got to run an errand, and I haven't finished with working the soil away. I'll finish up when I come back.
Thank you, madam. Come to daddy. Yeah, daddy's gonna put you here. Turn around. There we go. Look at you. King of the castle. So Gracie, what do you think of our garden? Are we doing a good job? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you want a jungle gym? Okay. Yeah. I mean, Dad will think about the jungle gym. The Gracie.
We have finally come to the stage of planting these beautiful Kalamata olive trees. Because we've prepared the soil with compost already, I don't need to dig a hole very deep to put more compost in. That's been done. I'm simply going to dig a hole the size of the pot and plant the tree. Let's test. I think that'll do. One thing that's important with olive trees is to keep the stem right here at the base of the soil dry. So you don't want the level of the soil in the pot to be lower than the level of the soil of the ground. So rather slightly more elevated than sunken down into the ground. Just gently going to pull at the trunk of the tree. It's still a young tree and we don't want to damage the roots at this point in time. I'm just going to loosen the soil a little bit. We had some leftover compost. I'm just putting a handful of that, mixing it with some soil in the base. Craig, do you want to maybe pick it up and just bring it around and actually zoom to this? The last thing we want to check before we backfill is to make sure that the tree is not leaning in any direction. I'm happy with this tree, so I'm going to fill the hole with soil. You'll notice in olive orchards that most farmers make use of drip irrigation, and that is because we want to be very sure we put the water down in the soil, make it available to the roots without wetting the trunk of the tree. So I've created a little furrow just so that when we water, we rather water around the tree, away from the stem, and not get the stem wet.
Gracie, leave me alone.
There we go, ready for watering.
Come here.
As we raked the soil, we found some hard cow manure patties, which we ordered as part of the soil. But I think the best cow manure to use in your garden would be fresh cow manure, of course. But I still think we can use this. I'm going to put it in a bucket of water, let it soak overnight, and tomorrow we can use that water to water our plants.